Gore. Oh, Doom. That's a friendly family one.
Yeah, I bought Doom. Doom's fantastic.
Did you?
I
Yeah.
think that yeah, it's not good for in front of the kid,
No,
but as far as playable sessions, that thing is
but it is a
beautiful.
good antidote for dad rage.
Oh,
Oh
there you
yeah.
go. That's a good one.
Like
Okay.
it's one of those games where it's like you're really frustrated with a teething toddler who's just a big ball of fussy, whiny tantrum, and you're like finally give them down for a nap, and then it's just decompression time, and just take all of that frustration out on a horde of demons. Yeah,
Roar.
it's just the game is beautiful in its simplicity.
Yeah.
Like
Hold
it's
the.
a,
This is
what
this
do
is
you
good stuff. Hold that. We'll get into it. Oh, this is good. I want that on the show. God damn it!
This is it. We're already in there.
When you did my intro,
No, but we'll clip it in.
New Dad's away.
Sounds like a bumper sticker or something. New Dad's away.
a really bad Power Ranger spin-off.
There's a bunch of lazy dads achieving menial chores. Mow the lawn. The adult beverages are poured. The kids are asleep. Welcome to New Dad Gaming, a show about fatherhood, gaming, and new fathers figuring out their gaming lives. My name is Trevor, and I have a 1.5-year-old.
My name is Gavin, and I have a 1.5-year-old.
And I'm Jeff. I have a 6-year-old and a 3.5-year-old.
And we are here. So I'll jump right into two bizarre baby stories that happened to me this week. First one being is the taking my son to daycare. We were a little bit late, so they already kind of started a class. And there's this teacher, and he's like, "This is a red ball," and he's passing it along. And I go into the class and I look at everybody, and there's just these like perfect little kids just sitting quietly, like watching him raptured, like not moving, not fidgeting. I was like, what drugs are these kids on? Like, there's no way in hell my kid is gonna sit down. Like, are you nuts? Like, he's not gonna do this. Like, there's no violence. He's not running. Like, he's not gonna be involved at all. Like, how is there like 15 of these kids and they're just perfect? Like, what's up? Like literally the next day he runs out of the classroom and grabs one of like the outdoor cars and then proceeds to like slam into the door until he gets inside and like starts scooting around in this outdoor car inside space. And it's just like, yeah, that's him. Like, try to teach him red ball and see what's up.
all I picture is like the Simpsons episode where they put buckets on their head, Homer and Bart, and they run at each other. And
yeah, it feels like it's deserved on my side. It's just like, well, he's yours. Like, enjoy. And then the other one, like, and then completely counter to that, tonight for the first time ever, he was just sitting on the bed and then kind of came down, like grabbed my hand and just like led me into his bedroom to sleep. It's like, what the
Really?
hell is that? Who's this? Are you okay? Are you sick? Should I take you to a hospital?
What's going on?
Yeah, it's messed up. Like his beds have certainly started to get a lot better. I think he just kind of like has started to accept it, like, oh, okay, I like sleep. I can do this. But like the whole day, he just like literally kind of gave up and like walked into his bedroom. It was just like, what? Like, this is amazing. Such a contrast to Mad Max style kid and slamming into other ones. Oh, yeah, and one of his first in the other day, it's a new daycare. And first day he just
Wait, it's a new daycare because why? Because kid broke out of the other one?
What might be telling is like his literal first action was to punch another kid with a car.
Oh, well, there.
Got
Assert dominance. That's all.
Find the biggest kid. Yeah, and the kid was definitely older than him too, much bigger. Just like kid tried to take his car, and and then during the wrestle, he just proceeded to like use the car to like. I'm like, oh well, enjoy. Bye. Good kid. Yourselves, how was your weekend fatherhood?
Pretty relaxed actually. It was just a solid week. We're getting her onto like learning new words and stuff, so that's been exciting. Getting some good progress on that, and lots of good playtime. Just running around, having fun. She was super excited about bath tonight, so that was you just say like bath time, and she just like gets so excited because she just loves splashing in water. It's her favorite thing. So yeah, it was it's good. We don't have to fight her for bath time. She just can't wait. So we have to be careful not to say the word when like it's not bath time because it's just gonna be disappointment and then she'll just be upset. But yeah, no, it's all in all, it's going well. Yeah. We managed to get a date night on Saturday. We had
What is that?
I know it's weird. We had a babysitter.
Go
Babysitter,
on.
I think that's the word.
What? They sit on
So
the baby?
Listening.
yeah, had brother and sister-in-law come by and look after. Well, kind of look after. It was like we got the baby right up to like an hour or so before bed, and then just sort of like tagged in. It's like, okay, well, when she's done eating, then put her to sleep, and then we'll be home soon. So yeah, we got the baby down for like a baby all set up with a babysitter, and then we headed out and went caught a movie. The theater in our neighborhood has this VIP section thing going on now, which is fantastic.
It's
Uh,
amazing. I'll
it's
never
so
go
nice.
back. I'll
I
never
know
go
you should
back.
go back. And especially too, like we don't go out to the movies very often, so we don't mind that little, extra expense to it. But it's like we got to sit and like eat really nice food and enjoy a drink with like these crazy like half lazy boy, half like classroom desk kind of setup because it's got like the table that swings out in front of you,
Mhm.
and it's got like it's like a powered recliner. It's really nice. So yeah, we went out and we saw John Wick 2,
Oh
which
yeah,
was so
that's
much
good.
fun. It was so
Ah, I
good.
want to see it.
Highly recommend it. It it's definitely. I'm not spoiling anything to say that they're kind of setting things up for a third. Like I think they're gonna keep going with this thing.
Oh, of
So
course, yeah.
it's a movie for the whole
Um,
family.
yeah, it was so good. That the gun fu in it was just like, oh, it was a sight to behold. So yeah, we had date night. That was good. We haven't. Last time we had date night, we went and saw Doctor Strange. So that was the last time we had a babysitter to be able to go do that. So it was really nice for just the two of us to be able to get out. And yeah, baby was great. Uh, she had a little moment of realizing we weren't there, but then that subsided, and then she was a little trooper for the babysitter. And yeah, we came back, and I think they had fallen asleep on the couch watching like CNN. Like, all right, that's fine. So
Jeff, and how about yourself? How's your fatherhood?
It was pretty good. We had a big weekend this weekend. Just
Mhm.
semi milestone, I guess you'd say. My oldest son was going to the auto show with grandma.
Ooh.
So grandma and grandpa's in a wheelchair, so it's really just grandma looking after him and her husband. So we had to have the if you get lost talk and
Wow.
here's your phone number talk. And I think we wrote his phone number on his arm just in case. Took a
Nice.
picture of him in his clothes in case he was lost, and then had that whole, these are good people, these are bad people, and these kind of situations. So it was a
Wow.
definite, it was like an eye opener to the future. Just those different worries come out where it's not like, oh, you can hit your head on this table and that's a danger. It's more like somebody could take you. And it was kind of just a lot to handle in one day, but it was good. It ended up being good. He had a great time. Everybody was safe, no running away, because my oldest is quite the energy ball and he'll bounce everywhere. So that was a little bit of a concern in such a crowded place because
So
thousands of people are there.
how was your day at home? Like without him?
Oh, it
Like
was
what you just
amazing. Having one kid, guys, I love you. This is great. We spoiled him. His little brother got to go out and get some ice cream, came shopping with us. He was happy as a clam. They're totally different personalities when they're separated. It's just like they're nice, polite, asking please and thank yous. Not like they don't always do that. It's just a different, total different person. They're not looking over each other's shoulder like, what he get that I didn't get? Well, what's that? You got 2 scoops of ice cream. I only got 1. What's going on?
What's up with that? How can I ramp up this situation?
Yeah.
So I mean, like, just with the nerves, like, were you a bundle of nerves for the afternoon, wondering how it would go?
Not really. It was more kind of like making sure he had the full story going into it. So setting down the rules and sitting him down just for 10 minutes to go over what's going to happen. And this is kind of like a test. Like, if you fail this test, this is not going to happen for a while, because mommy and daddy will not go through this again. So this is a test. This is on you. This is you to gain a level in responsibility. He likes putting it into gaming terms. So that's kind of cute that way. But no, it was a bundle of nerves to start, at least for myself. And then as soon as he was gone, it was like, all right, what do we what do we do? I'm sure he's fine. It's okay.
It's like, he's all right.
Yeah. But no, it was
a big milestone. The talk, jeez.
A good test, yeah.
Like the leveling up too. Yeah, you have like a leaderboard at home, and like you see like this bar progress bar going. Everything
is like experience points and levels now. So it's funny. He relates everything to games. I think I got him into gaming too much. But
perfect.
There.
You were the ultimate new dad.
Yeah. Achievement unlocked.
So recently, just there in February, we had the Dice Awards 2017. And who better than to review games that probably none of us have ever played than 3 dads? It'd be perfect. So we thought for this episode, we'd run through the Dice Awards, kind of speak about the games, just like quick takes. There's quite a number of categories. It's kind of interesting to see such fanfare start to be put around games. And I think we were all pretty pleasantly surprised with some of the entries. Even some indie titles, some smaller ones, like some kind of nice experiences that got through. But yeah, so that we might just try to go through all of them. Unless it starts to get boring, we'll cut it off. But
yeah.
Actually, I wonder if, hold on. Yeah, just to make sure we get it in, I'm going to start at the game of the year, and then we'll jump back to the list.
No, don't. Okay, go. No, I'm kidding.
Game of the year, Overwatch.
Oh.
What do you mean? That's a great game.
No, it's not.
It's perfectly dad-friendly. Like, the design is gorgeous. It's a whole lot of fun. There's a lot of classes you can play. You can find your mix. Like, the sessions are super quick, so you're in and out.
But here,
have either of you even played it?
I have. Well, I played the demo and I was like, it's not for me. So I hopped out. So yes, I will admit I didn't go all in. But like comparing that one to, say, Battlefront, right? They launched with the same number of maps, the same character classes, like power-ups, all that stuff. EA got run over the coals for that. They're like, there's not enough maps, there's not enough play modes. And then Overwatch does it. Charges $60 on consoles at least, and they're like, "Hey, this is amazing! I love it." It's Blizzard.
You don't think it feels like a bit more like yeah, it just felt like a much more cohesive experience and like so much more charm and like care and life and artistry put into it. Would you not think?
I think Battlefront like captured Star Wars like to a T. Like they had the music, the graphics were gorgeous. It's just I think it was a lot of what could have been with that one that people didn't
also
like.
With Battlefront, one of the big issues was the fact that like Overwatch, what they released is what they released, and there wasn't any sort of indication that they held stuff back to try to get more money out of you.
Yeah, I could see that as a big thing.
But with Battlefront, like it really felt like they were like they had more of a game to release, but they chose not to release all of it, and instead withhold a fair bit of content to then sell in intervals at a later date. And I think that's sort of what set people off, was that they're like, wait, so you already had this stuff ready to roll out? Like, why is it not part of the game? Like, I think that was sort of the disappointment factor of it. Because like it's something you haven't really seen with Overwatch, and a lot of some of the DLC and community support stuff they've been doing has actually been included with the game. So yeah, I think that was maybe sort of it. That was that business philosophy behind the DLC that EA was partaking in, that sort of left people feeling a little off put by it.
I was. I
Yeah,
definitely was. I don't know if it's.
and I think with like if you look at the the next game they did like this year was Battlefield 1, and that game was very well received. But it also had a fairly fleshed out and apparently very good single player campaign, and then a decent map selection, and like they still had a DLC sort of forecast and a plan, but it didn't feel like the game suffered because of needing to hold things back to sell at a later date. So I think with Battlefront, it just sort of, yeah, I think that's where they sort of missed the mark on that. Is it just felt like it wasn't finished, or not finished, but it just wasn't everything they had to offer. And instead, they're like, if you want everything we have to offer, you're looking at about $170.
Which is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Yeah, it's ridiculous in both. I think selling a multiplayer only game for $60 and then Battlefront $60 times 2 for all their
I
deals.
get the multiplayer only for $60. Like, I don't think that's too big of a deal because, like, if you think of how many hours you'll get out of something like that, if it's a multiplayer game that has really good community support and it's going to have legs and survive for a while, which Blizzard is renowned for doing, um, I think that investment isn't that bad. It's not like it's subscription based like some of the other games that have that same sort of community support. So, you know, with Overwatch, you shell it $60 and have a good time, and you're gonna see that much enjoyment more than you would for, let's say, a $60 single player campaign of a game that you might not dig as much.
Mm-hmm.
But
It's going to. I think you'll see that Overwatch is quite the recurring theme here throughout through many of these.
Yeah.
And actually, this next one here, this kind of a quick one, but one that we'll be able to agree with is the outstanding achievement in animation, Uncharted 4-1.
yeah,
So the only contender I could see. Okay, so funny one is that it includes Street Fighter 5, and there's no chance that looks like garbage, man. Like I'm playing through I had played a little bit through the campaign, and it looks so awful.
Yeah.
like things are clipping and like the mouth movements, and I know it's poorly translated, and that's okay.
Yeah.
But just like it looks so bad. It's like nowhere close. It should be involved. But
Yeah, I think because that's the thing, they weren't talking about like animation in gameplay, like they were just saying animation in general.
in general, yeah,
And
it's a hard
like
one.
see that one's
with Street Fighter, the gameplay animation is actually really well done because it's well tuned as well. People who are playing it can do like frame counting and understand when to do the counterattack. Like there's a function and form balance with their in-game animation. But yeah, the cutscene stuff was just like that was a phoned in shot there. Whereas like with Uncharted,
that's low.
I think the reason Uncharted 1 was that you had this level of quality uniformly distributed throughout. Like the in-game animations were stunning. Like seeing his fingers kind of grip onto like a ledge, and how depending on the angle of the ledge, like the finger positions might change. And it's like that's intense. Just even the animations of him sliding down like the shale and stuff like that, and the gravel, like that was wonderful. And the mud, and how it like came up in these beautiful clumps and stuck to things. Like, but then the cutscenes, like the facial muscles and the subtle nuances and expression was also incredible. So, yeah, that was just obviously they're gonna run away with it. Like that.
Yeah. I see
Although I
like
would say
the
Overwatch would be a contender too, because it's a 3D game using like smear and stretch and distortion techniques that you don't see in 3D games that often. And like these are techniques that make for really funny screenshots, but they also add a lot of life to the animations, and it's something that isn't experimented that much in gaming. And to see it being done, I think it's definitely a tip of the hat. But as far as just pure beauty, like Uncharted sort of nailed it.
Yep. So it's the outstanding achievement in art direction. Inside took that one. Have either of you been able to play Inside?
I've had a chance to
No.
play it, but from what I've seen, I'm very intrigued by it. Like it looks like it's some interesting sort of choices made with its aesthetic, especially with play of light and stuff like that. So I
What's the
think.
game that looks similar to that? It was it's like a silhouette based. It was on Xbox
Oh,
for a while. Came over for PlayStation at least.
So this is the follow up to that game.
Is it? Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, same studio. So it's kind of funny because they've almost found their niche as far as sad,
just
dark, depressing games.
yeah. It's like, God, cheer up a
Kids
little
dying in the dark.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah.
Limbo.
What is that called?
Limbo.
Limbo.
That was it.
Yeah, it's just, so this is the same studio. They produce both those games actually. So they got their niche, buddy. Can't wait for their follow up. Their follow up sad. That's the outstanding achievement in character. The Last Guardian, Trico.
I have not played it yet. I will play it.
Which one's Trico? Is that the Beast or is that the kid?
Beast.
Okay. I was gonna say you better not give it to the kid. Better be the Beast.
Yeah, and that's the kids.
Yeah, that one. I don't know because I haven't actually had a chance to really play it.
I think that's gonna be a tough one for a dad to pick up, honestly. Like it looks so charming and like it's kind of in our wheelhouse with RPGs and with Ico back on the original PlayStation, but man, putting time into that.
It felt like a game lost in time. Like it, from what I've heard from people who played it, like the general consensus is that this would have been absolutely phenomenal. 10 years ago, because like the game itself has been in development for so long. The original concepts of the mechanics are almost feeling dated because of that. So yeah, it's I don't know, like I think of all the things in the game that was successful that I have heard is that that beast is absolutely adorable. Sometimes not the smartest, not the brightest crayon on the box, but still endearing nonetheless.
Yeah. So outstanding achievement in original music composition, Doom, and this is the only entry in the entirety of all these awards, which is
just Doom, just Doom.
Doom. This is the only thing Doom won out of everything, and I think it might be.
I think is sad because Doom deserved a lot more nominations because it had really concise art direction, game design mechanics are phenomenal. But I gotta say that music that they did, I'm so happy that they went for that because
I find it unsettling. I find it really unsettling, which is
really?
kind of the point.
Well, yeah, like there's like there's actually a documentary out there. I will hunt it down and try to post it in our various media blasty things that we have. But they broke down, like in the last part of the documentary, it was all just about the sound design and the music. And yeah, it's just originally they're going for like a sci-fi theme, and then they're like, let's just do some metal, and it just fits so well, especially that opening where it's like at the beginning of the game, the logo comes up, and you have this heavy like guitar, and then it ends with the sound of the shotgun cocking, like you know what you're in for. It's just that little moment of audio is so beautiful. Just you're like, I'm gonna shoot demons in the face. That's what I'm gonna do now.
That's probably like the one reason that it won.
Yeah, actually, well, it had
that's what pushed them over the edge. It's close. Give it.
Done.
That's it. Winner.
Yeah. No, and it had like I think there was some really solid moments as far as like things like crescendo happening and letting you know like how much danger you're in. Like there were some nice moments with the music and it telling you information, but also Abzu, that game, the audio on it is like the music and the audio is beautiful, and I actually got to meet one of the fine folks who worked on the sound design for the game at PSX, and super nice guy. So I was really pleased to see that nominated. So I'm like, aw, awesome, because good people doing good work getting the recognition. So, but yeah. I'm all for Doom. I'm happy they won because that was just that music.
Well, enjoy it because that's the only thing they won. Outstanding achievement in sound design, Battlefield 1. Has
Cool.
any dad here played Battlefield 1?
Haven't played it yet.
The
I
demo.
want to. I really want to play the single player because I like the idea of World War One. Well, not the idea of it, but like I would like to go back
Easy.
in.
Whoa. Yeah, the demo was pretty. It was pretty intense, and the sound in like at least in the headphones was insane. And there's like an audio mix that you can do is it's like war tapes, so it's
Okay.
kind of like the old school way of communicating, and the sound is all kind of muffled and stuff. It's kind of neat.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so we got so Uncharted takes the next two with outstanding achievement in story, and that's how on earth are you gonna? Of course,
Yeah.
Outstanding technical achievement, Uncharted 4 as well, which I think No Man's Sky is listed here. Yay!
Oh, wow.
Yeah, no, Uncharted was like insanely beautiful, like in the way the physics worked with certain puzzles and stuff. Like what they're able to stretch is just insane.
Mm-hmm. Actually, we can even push ahead too because they had Uncharted 4 also for Adventure Game of the Year, which also kind of feels like a no-brainer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. Now this one's a bit. I would say this one's
Although,
a bit.
you know what? Right now I'm playing Tomb Raider and I'm really digging it. And I'm kind of thinking like
Game of the
could have
Year?
at least gotten nominated for Adventure. Like
Oh yeah. It wasn't a nominate?
No.
Yeah, I mean, you see here King's Quest: The Complete Collection, which feels a little.
How's that a game from last of that year? Like it's a collection of work from previous years. Like I don't understand some of these.
Now here's one you won't understand. No. So Action Game of the Year. So here's the runner-up. We have Battlefield 1, Doom, Gears of War 4, and Titanfall 2. Those are the runners-up for Action Game of the Year.
Yep.
Would you guess which takes it? Overwatch.
Yep.
That's not. So look, I like that game, but that is a weird one. What are you talking about? Like that's
I find that like I don't know. When I think action, I think like action narrative. Like I think that idea of like an action storytelling experience in a multiplayer only game. I think like yes, there is action, but it's not the scripted. It's not. It's not the experience that you're getting. The action that you're getting to experience in Overwatch is actually being orchestrated by other gamers. The tools that they're using to create those moments of action are provided by the game designers, but the moments of action, those interactions, are being provided by fellow gamers. So I think it
weird.
just doesn't quite fit the category.
Yeah.
And also Doom should have won.
Also,
Doom is one of the best action experiences I've had in years.
Yeah, that one felt that one should have gone to Doom.
Yeah,
that's dads are enraged. That should have gone to Doom.
Yeah.
All right, so here's one for us. Here we go. Family Game of the Year goes to Ratchet and Clank.
Oh yeah, I'm still waiting to get that one.
We have runners-up: Dragon Quest Builders, Lego Star Wars, Force Awakens, Rock Band Rivals, Super Mario Maker for 3DS.
Congratulations, Ratchet and Clank.
You did it. You did it.
Although I am going to say, with the launch of the Switch, that category next year is going to be much different. Like very different.
Yeah.
I'm predicting at least
Mario 3D.
80% of that category is going to be like
just Nintendo
Switch exclusives. Yeah. Like that's what it's going to be.
Mario Sunshine 2, Mario 64 3
remastered.
Zelda.
Mario Switch.
I'm just going to point out that the year has 2 entries.
Who does what?
Racing Game of the Year.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's embarrassing. But first, Fighting Game of the Year. Can you guess what did it? Yeah, Street Fighter 5. Was
Yeah.
there any doubt? Yeah, racing game of the year. Only 2 titles. That seems
Even isn't it Drive Club VR? Isn't that one of the nominees? I don't have the list in front of me, but
Yeah, it
it's
is.
Drive
that's not
Club
even
and
really a game.
Forza Horizon. But like
It's,
honestly, let's face it, Forza Horizon is going to take it, regardless of how
yeah.
many others are in that category.
What else
Still,
released?
But
There's got to be something like
wasn't there a Mario Kart? Like,
Assetto Corsa or whatever that's called. There's that one.
I don't know.
There's a couple other racing games that,
Club was previous year. That feels a little
yeah, like that's
I
just
don't
a
think they
VR
tried very hard.
experience. That's just DLC for it.
Yeah, it's just like it's a modification of the pre-existing. Yeah,
I don't get
that's a pretty weak roll. Come on, guys.
Weak.
Dicey.
pretty
Dicey.
sucks up.
Dicey.
Oh, that was
Thank
a
you.
good deck. Nice.
I think I was like, you gotta do it once, and I might have already might have ruined it already.
That's it.
Okay, role-playing massive
No.
multiplayer game of the year goes Dark Souls 3.
I don't get that category. How is
Yeah,
RPG
that's
lumped
what
in
it's-
with massively multiplayer and not Final Fantasy 15 in there?
Yeah, and
Right? Like,
how does Dark
why?
Souls 3 beat World of Warcraft in a massively multiplayer game?
And how
I
is
guess
like okay, like Tom Clancy's The Division, like yeah, that's wait, yeah, that category is really weird.
Right? Like,
Hyper
why
Light
would you
Drifter.
put
Wait, hold on.
RPG in there?
Hyper Light Drifter.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
an indie game, but it's like it's a kind of an RPG.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Well,
fine,
it
but
is.
there's no one else. It's not massive. What is this division?
That's what I don't get. I don't know. I looked at that one and I had a double take because I'm like, I think you try to combine two categories. It doesn't really make sense.
Yeah, it's like with like it's like in movies and stuff, or with like the Emmys, and it's like best comedy or musical. It's like why are they the same? Like why can't you just do one for comedy, one for musical?
Yeah.
Because like there's all these great comedies that always lose to the musicals because like ooh they sing a song. It's like comedy was brilliant. Why are they getting the award? It's like well they were lumped in with other people. It's like lumping track and field with basketball. It's just different. Let them be different. Like why are we putting them? It's like going to Olympics and having to compete in both simultaneously. It doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't.
Yeah,
It's like,
I'll certainly say this is not a dad category. There's no chance. Well, actually, Deus Ex Mankind Divided, but again, that's just a weird.
Well, half of it is a dad category.
That has RPG.
It's I don't
kind of
like
role playing though.
massive
Like
multiplayer
RPGs are hard. And Deus Ex even as an MP. Deus Ex, like I say, Deus Ex has RPG elements, but it's not like a RPG. Like you don't. It's more like a run and gun.
The thing
what is this category?
Like Deus Ex is, it's not really. Yeah, it's not an RPG in the sense of you're not creating a character and building up that character.
No.
Like
Adam fighting
Jensen,
with a team and
like Jensen is Jensen.
Right.
So like
Jensen do Jensen.
Yeah, like there's not.
Maybe that's
it's
more
not like
action.
Skyrim where you start out. But even actually no, because in that same argument, like The Witcher, that's an RPG.
Yeah.
But like you were always The Witcher.
Okay, I can't look at that list any longer. This is really confusing. I'm happy with this next one. I still haven't been able to play it. Sports Game of the Year, Steep.
I'm happy that they won because that game looks really interesting to me. Like I like that idea of like, here's a mountain, have fun.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah, like it beat FIFA, Madden, MLB, NBA. Like that's great.
All
Good
the
on
ones
them.
with like a 2 and a
Really
K
hope to play
in the
that.
names.
So it feels like a good dad experience because Steep looks like you could just like hop on a mountain and kind of relax and just kind of slow.
It's what I end up doing in Grand Theft Auto anyways. Like I usually wind up. Well, like we're just like playing around with the geography, and like this is a whole game about just enjoying the geography. And it was the same sort of thing I would do with like Grand Theft Auto and Just Cause. The thing I like is just finding a mountain and taking a vehicle or some method to propel myself and just having at it. So I think this is actually like it's a sports game that I would sort of gravitate towards, no pun intended, because I can hurl myself off a mountain.
Nice.
So close. I don't know.
I would have preferred if you just what if you just hadn't said no pun intended?
Yeah.
You could have just
redeemed yourself
comfortably into it.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you guys like confusing categories, so we have strategy / simulation game of the year.
Again, I don't understand why.
So here's who we're competing. We have the Banner Saga 2,
Strategy.
Deus Ex Go, Fire Emblem Fates, which is an RPG.
Yeah.
Sid Meier's Civilizations 6,
Strategy.
and XCOM 2.
The only one in there
Strategy.
that I think feels out of place is Fire Emblem Fates, but everything else kind of makes sense because it is all based off of like strategic positioning of units. Like it's all basically like versions of Risk.
What's with simulation?
Yeah, I don't get simulation. That should be No Man's Sky. There you go. They didn't want No Man's Sky to win.
Like, because like, where's Farm Simulator? You know?
Yeah, no, that's true. And those are really popular, actually.
They're so popular. But yeah, it's, I
Goat
think
Simulator.
simulation should just get removed, and then because it's okay. It's like the other one, the role-playing massive multiplayer. But if like there wasn't any multiplayer, like
So they
it's
just
like, well, then why do you have that in a category title?
Yeah,
like there's nothing in here for that
I mean,
title.
are we just old dads that don't get it, or
no? It's the kids that are wrong.
Okay.
Because like honestly, like XCOM is not a simulation because the things you're doing in XCOM don't exist.
No,
like
total strategy. Yeah.
Like Sid Meier's Civilization is kind of a simulation, but it also isn't because you can have Gandhi like nuke the UK.
Yeah.
So like Deus Ex Go, same. It's not really a simulation; it's a strategy game. Like these are all strategy games.
Almost arcade.
So just call it strategy.
Yeah, I don't. Again, confusing.
Ugh, these kids. Alrighty, here we go. Immersive reality technical achievement. Immersive reality. Don't want to call it virtual reality, I guess. No. So immersive reality. Eagle Flight. And that actually launched it. And that's on a PSVR. If any dads are interested in trying it. Wink, wink.
I'll get on
that. Eagle Flight. So it took it from I Expect You to Die, Job Simulator, Super Hot VR, and Tilt Brush. Tilt Brush, that's garbage.
Wow.
Tilt Brush isn't a game. It's
that's like an experience.
It's a drawing tool. It's like
Microsoft Paint in 3D.
Is it Photoshop in the category? Like why?
It doesn't be under simulation.
Yeah. Super Hot VR. That's one I wouldn't mind trying because Super Hot looks super hot.
Nice. Much better.
And I Expect You to Die. I got to kind of watch people play that at PSX, and it looks hilarious, and it's pretty fun. It's very cheeky 70s Bond. I'm not sure if you've seen the game at all, but for the viewers and listeners, it's essentially like you're in a Bond villain's death trap, and you're a spy, and you have to try to find your way out of it and fumble your way out of it. So it's like you're either locked in a car, and it's like the cigarette lighter will be a laser, and will try to, cut you in half, or you have to defuse the bomb in the steering wheel, or all sorts of stuff, and you'll probably die a lot. That was really original, but apparently, pretending to be a bird while Seal sings to you,
that takes the cake.
I haven't played any of these, just full disclosure, so I honestly don't know what I'm talking about, so nobody listening.
Next week you come back raving, Eagle Flight, you have no idea.
Honestly, I bet it's a beautiful experience. Like, I don't doubt that it's not. So as I said, like I have no idea what I'm talking about. It could be it could be like a transcending moment for me, but I just haven't been there yet.
So not much speaking of Super Hot, it did take the next category, Immersive Reality Game of the Year. So Super Hot VR.
Yeah, that's good.
Which is well deserved. That's a great game. I can't speak from experience, but it's always great to see something with a unique take win an award like that. Like that is a unique property, fun, came out of a game jam apparently.
Yeah.
So kudos to it. That's great. Okay, the Dice Sprite Award.
What is that?
I guess it's an award sponsored by Sprite. Obey your thirst.
Is it actually? I don't even know. Is it a sponsorship?
For some reason I kept reading it as Spirit, but no, that says Sprite. Wow.
Is it the Coke, like the drink, or is it like Pixels? Like, hey, it's
because because Firewatch, Super Hot, That Dragon Cancer, and 1979 Revolution were runners up, so it's not really Sprite based stuff. The winner was Inside.
Maybe it's like small studios though, like Sprite, as in I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm
I
pretty sure
can't
it's
make sense of their.
I'm pretty sure it's
Dice,
just
but the word Dice is also in there, so I think it's a sponsored.
Yeah, probably.
So people who drink Sprite like inside, go inside your thirst.
I think we said it enough. We could probably put it in the tags and get some sponsorship ourselves.
There you go.
I just wonder, like, so Sprite, like, for inside, there's a lot of like liquid areas that like have terrible monsters that try to drown and kill you. Like, is this really the best? That's the game you want to choose? Like a dystopian, awful corporation that tries to kill small kids
I guess.
with liquid form sometimes? Like that's your angle?
Hey, you know, write what you know.
Trying to tell us something? Feeling some guilt?
They didn't give enough money. They just
Handheld game of the year. Doesn't look like looks like it's all 3DS. You almost would have expected to see one. At least Pokemon Go, I would have expected. But actually, so here's the interesting. They broke up handheld game of the year
And
vis-a-vis 3DS. So you might as well just call it the 3DS award. And then there's mobile game of the year.
see why split those two. I don't get it. I understand, one's cell phones and one's a handheld, but yeah, you only have one handheld now, really.
Yeah,
The
so you have to call it. Yeah, it's the Game Boy Award, whatever. Anyways, Pokemon Sun and Moon. Sure, of course. Yeah.
Yeah, all right, sure. Yeah.
Actually, well, I guess Severed here is listed, and Severed was for the Vita initially.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And actually now Severed is also on mobile phones.
Yes.
So
I don't know.
Jeez. Mobile game of the year. Can you possibly guess what it is?
Yeah. Still
Yeah.
playing it. Woo.
Are you?
Yeah, they added more. They added 80 more guys.
Oh, they added more purpose to your life. Okay.
Yeah, not really. It's not really purpose driven right now.
Outstanding achievement in online gameplay. Not a lot of surprise with Overwatch. I bet the Division, Tom Clancy's The Division is here. They got to feel a little bit peeved about that. They built this whole massive online world, so many layers of everything, and just Overwatch comes with 6 maps of cartoons and beats them.
Wasn't it broken though? Wasn't Division?
Division had
yeah.
a rough launch.
Yeah.
It was not too.
Well, same with Street Fighter too, right? Didn't that
Yeah.
launch broken?
It's still not.
An
There's
award
still
for
some
it,
controversy. All right, outstanding achievement in game design. Overwatch. But I'm kind of happy to see there's Owlboy made it on this list.
Yeah, that looked like a nice one.
That looks really charming. That looks like a perfect game for a kid.
It's like 10 years in the making too, I think.
Yeah,
It's
that was
quite a while.
long time coming.
I'm almost kind of happy Uncharted didn't take it.
I don't think it needs to.
No,
Well,
and especially it's game design.
Yeah.
So like, that's more about like balancing factors and stuff like that. Or like Uncharted is a really fun game, but they haven't really done anything different to its overall design.
Yeah, like nominating a sequel would be kind of weird unless it takes a really different turn. But this is just the 4th chapter and very much an Uncharted game. So it's
like,
almost a weird
really
nomination,
cool
honestly.
things with some of the puzzles and some of the mechanics, but I'd say like the fact that it won technical is more appropriate because that mud, so nice.
that
It is so good.
Last one, gents. Outstanding achievement in game direction goes to Inside. Again, Inside takes it. It was an inside job.
Oh, wow.
I'll have to play it to understand it because from the previews I saw, yeah, it's very depressing, and I don't know if it seems like a pretty heavy game. I don't know.
I watched a bunch of plays. I just can't get into these type of games. Like I like to do escapism with my games, and it's just
Yeah, like I tried Limbo, which is I guess the prequel or whatever, the previous game, and
Limbo 2.
I don't know. I played a couple levels. I think it's kind of a drop in, drop out kind of. I wasn't stuck with it. Like I wasn't.
I ended up beating it. Like I did it start to finish, and it was an interesting experience. But I also don't mind, delving down the rabbit hole kind of thing. Like it was. I found the dark nature of it kind of endearing. I don't know if there's something kind of cute about it, but I also really like horror movies and stuff. So it's maybe that sort of allows me to digest that sort of subject matter a little easier. But yeah, no, it was definitely an interesting playthrough, that's for sure. But Inside, I might check it out. I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see.
You know what? I've seen a bunch of. Again, I don't disparage it. It's just definitely not what I want to spend my time on. I've seen a number of playthroughs. I've watched the ending actually.
Oh well, jeez.
I heard some people talking about it, so I got really curious. So I watched a couple of playthroughs, and then also checked out the ending because I just know I'm not going to play it, but I wanted to still experience it. So that was my dad experience in the game inside. Is there anything you guys had played or are currently playing that you would have liked to see in one of these categories?
Well,
Stardew Valley, perhaps? Like, would you have liked?
that would have been. I don't know where it would fit, but
Yeah, well, according to, you could just put it anywhere. According to
yeah,
the
I
way this
guess so, right? Like it grabbed a hold of a lot of people.
strategy sim sports game.
Yeah. But I don't think Final Fantasy 15 was on there at all, right? That was a pretty huge miss, I think.
No,
And
hold on. When did that launch though? Was that January 2017?
oh no, I don't think so. I thought it was November, wasn't it?
Okay, that could be.
I can't remember. But yeah, that one or like Hitman. I thought Hitman was pretty
Oh yeah,
cool.
yeah. So
Yeah, they did a really cool thing.
It's a little bit different, right? Episodic content. I don't know how you rate that in an award system, but they might have screwed themselves there. But I don't know of anything else. Firewatch was nominated, right? Because
Yeah,
Yeah,
Firewatch was on that list a number of times, which is great. I'm happy to see them there. That was a wonderful experience.
I
Good
can't
dad
think of
game too.
anything else.
Yeah, nothing particularly comes to mind. I said No Man's Sky, but I would have a hard time trying to say it should really be nominated for it because it's a particular experience and it had enough issues so as to kind of taint any sort of win it would take.
Yeah. But nothing else that really, I guess, it's missing except for those couple. Maybe.
All right, so not a bad. That's a super weird list. Looks like a good, not too shabby. Go Overwatch.
Give it to Doom.
yes, please.
Some say overwatched, others say overblown. Either way,
Just gonna continue.
I guess the way that joke should have gone is like some would call it overblown. I might call it overwatched.
Oh gosh, why did you do it a second time?
Should I take a third pass? Did we get it that time?
I don't know. I think we got it.
Kill it.
It's taped.
Sure, I got it.
It's recorded.
Overplayed, overwatched. Please stop.
Please. God.
And with those calls to silence, we will wrap it up for the weeks. Thank you everybody for listening. This has been New Dad Gaming. This is a podcast that we do weekly. If you have any questions, suggestions, or comments for us, you can find us on our website at newdadgaming.com. We're, of course, on Facebook, Twitter, and other social. If you'd like to subscribe to us, you can find us on iTunes as well as Google Play and other podcasting services. If you could like, rate, subscribe, we'd well appreciate it, and share it with a new dad who likes gaming. So until next week, my name is Trevor, and I have a 1.5-year-old.
My name is Gavin, and I have a 1.5-year-old.
And I'm Jeff. I got a 6-year-old and a 3.5-year-old, and I don't like Overwatch.
None of us want a damn thing.
Just kidding.
It's always next year. So you're gonna start like a new dad Overwatch stream, yeah?
I should, and just be like WTF.
Jeff learns to love Overwatch.
Oh yeah, I'll be like top ranked in the world. That'll be my goal.
Platinum. There you go. I bet you would get up there faster on Overwatch than I would on Street Fighter. So
It's a race.
It's a race. Guaranteed to lose. All right, gents. See you next week.
Peace.
Bye.